In the heart of a valley wrapped in tranquility, amidst lush forests and gentle streams that caressed its slopes, stood an ancient monastery. Here lived a monk renowned throughout the kingdom for his unparalleled wisdom and compassion. His name was known even beyond the valley's borders, as his reputation for understanding the human mind and guiding others towards peace and wisdom had spread like a breeze carrying light. This monk, clad in simple robes and with a serene face, was the keeper of ancient truths and the dispenser of precious advice. Travelers, the oppressed, the desperate, and those thirsty for knowledge came to the monastery from every corner of the kingdom, drawn by the promise of finding answers to their inner turmoil. One day, during a clear spring morning, a melancholic man arrived at the monastery's gates. His face was etched with the weight of past sufferings, and a deep sadness was evident in his eyes. This man, whose name was now forgotten even by himself, carried with him the burden of countless deceptions and disappointments. His stooped shoulders and lost gaze betrayed the weight of a life lived in the shadow of mistrust and disillusionment. With hesitant steps, he crossed the threshold of the monastery and approached the monk, whose luminous gaze seemed to penetrate the soul of anyone standing before him. With a trembling voice, the man recounted his story to the monk, shedding tears of pain and despair. He spoke of his financial losses, broken relationships, and the persistent feeling of being deceived and betrayed by others. "Reverend," he finally said, imploring with eyes full of hope, "help me to free myself from this torment. I am overwhelmed by my inability to understand the true intentions of others. How can I find peace and trust in the hearts of men?" The monk, with a compassionate smile, gently touched the man's hand and invited him to sit beside him. In a warm and reassuring voice, he began to share his teachings, imparting the ancient truths he had learned through long years of meditation and contemplation. "Firstly," said the monk, "to truly understand others, it is necessary to look beyond words and observe body language and facial expressions. Often, what is not said is more important than what is verbally expressed." And so, the monk introduced the man to the secrets of eye contact, genuine smiles, and facial expressions that can reveal the true intentions of anyone. But the monk went further, speaking of trust in intuition, compassion, and empathy as keys to unlocking the human heart. "Cultivate kindness and understanding," said the monk, "and you will see the same kindness and understanding reflected back at you." Thus, the monk imparted valuable teachings that would illuminate the man's path towards inner peace and trust in others. The man, captivated by the monk's words and moved by his kindness, spent days and nights immersed in the study and practice of the teachings he had received. Slowly, the weight of his sufferings began to fade, replaced by a deep inner serenity. His relationships with the external world transformed, becoming grounded in honesty, mutual trust, and understanding. Finally, with a heart full of gratitude, the man bowed to the monk and thanked him for showing him the way to the light. And so, with a bright smile and his gaze turned toward the horizon, he set out on a new path rich in hope, trust, and love. And the monk, sitting in his silent refuge, watched with joy as the traveler moved along the path of life, knowing that his teachings would continue to shine like a star in the dark of night, illuminating the way for those seeking peace and wisdom in the heart of humanity. What do you think of this teaching? Let me know in the comments. I wish you to live in peace forever and look forward to seeing you here on the channel, The Secret of Samadhi. See you soon.